TikTok star rabbi who adopted 9 boys as a single father has been charged with raping his 17-year-old son. 38-year-old Chaim Nissim Cohen first gained online fame when he began documenting his life as a single father to 9 boys. However, the horrific reality behind his seemingly sweet and innocent lifestyle has now been revealed after one of his 17-year-old sons phoned into a podcast in order to lay bare his father's alleged crimes.
It happened multiple times. This has been going on since I was 11.
The 17-year-old, who says he was raped by Cohen, also accused his adoptive father of abusing several of his siblings, claiming that the rabbi told them that he would kill them if they dared to tell anyone about the abuse. 6 of Cohen's adopted children have since been removed from his home and have been placed in protective care. Shockingly, however, this is not the first time that Cohen has been accused of these kinds of crimes. In 2019, he was accused of sexual contact by a Spanish student who was staying with him as part of an exchange program. Cohen has also been accused of faking his Jewish heritage and his alleged disabilities. Cohen claims that he was raised within the Hasidic community in New York City. However, records show that he is actually from Odessa, Texas, where he was raised under a completely different name. Cohen regularly posted pictures of himself in a wheelchair while hooked up to an oxygen tank. However, his adopted sons claim that these disabilities were also faked. Cohen is currently in custody on suspicion of raping at least 6 of his 9 adopted sons.
Hey, this your boy Veli. Welcome back to the channel. And this is probably one of the craziest things that I've seen as far as child sex trafficking lately. When you have an active principal that's involved in the sex trafficking, man. Let's get into the video.
Police shut down a child sex trafficking operation, arresting 7 people that we just mentioned.
Yeah, so one of those suspects is a former assistant principal at Seattle Public Schools. Fox 13's Frankie Thompson has been gathering details about this sting and the charges those suspects are now facing.
Detectives say Alex Diaz-Rios was employed with Seattle Public Schools when he was arrested in this child sex trafficking scheme. Prosecutors say he is now charged with prostitution. Renton police say one of the other 7 suspects arrested was previously convicted for raping a child.
The goal of this operation was to arrest men who are trying to purchase sex from a minor.
Taking down suspected predators accused of intending to harm the most vulnerable population, children.
There are real kids out there being victimized every day.
Renton police body camera video captures the arrest of 7 men as part of the department's undercover investigation using text messaging and social media platforms to target people on the demand side seeking prostitution.
And so for the overall investigation, we start with that dialogue. We make it very clear multiple times that the person is speaking to a minor, whether they're 13, 14, or 15-year-old male or female. And then that dialogue leads to what we call an offer and agreement, where some exchange for a service, for a monetary value or good, could develop probable cause.
Detectives say one of the suspects caught in their child sex trafficking sting is 42-year-old Joseph Hoffel. Body cam video shows his arrest on September 26th.
Mr. Hoffel already had a rape of a child conviction and a rape conviction.
As part of the sting, sometimes the detectives posing as children will convince the suspects to meet somewhere, ultimately leading to their arrest.
But we don't always have people show up. We will oftentimes develop probable cause and then follow up later, identify that person, and then arrest them on a later date.
That's how officials say assistant principal Alex Diaz-Rios was caught. Detectives explain Diaz was soliciting sex from a 15-year-old boy, though Diaz did not go through with the sex crime.
Our evidence started with dialogue, didn't get to the point where we had enough to show that a minor was involved. But a solicitation and offer and agreement was involved to develop the evidence for probable cause to make an arrest for misdemeanor crime.
Seattle Public.
What happened? They showed the dude's face. And you know what I find to be kind of crazy? You know, you do have a lot of predators out here that try to meet with little girls, but why is it always like mostly little boys that these guys want to meet with? Why is it almost always little boys? Hopefully one day we can get the answer to that.
Public Schools says upon learning of the charges, SPS acted swiftly to place the individual on leave on Wednesday, November 13th. He has resigned and will not be returning to SPS.
It's been estimated at any one time in King County that there are 300 kids that are being sex trafficked.
Detectives say the rate of children trafficked for sex is 27% higher than the adult population. Other suspects arrested in this operation are now charged on several counts, including commercial sexual abuse of a minor and communication with a minor for immoral purposes.
One that brought a gun and methamphetamine, who was also arrested for attempted commercial sexual abuse of a minor.
The police department says their work is far from over stopping this crime, but at least the 7 people targeted will face consequences for their alleged intentions against children.
These are the people that we're attracting, the worst criminals in our community.
As for Diaz-Rios, SPS says it's working with the state's Office of Professional Practices to review his licensure. For 3 of the suspects, Renton police say those investigations are still active. Prosecutors say 4 suspects total have been charged so far. In the newsroom, Frankie Thompson, Fox 13.
How insane is that shit, man? And it's just going to continue to get worse. But can you imagine that? The people who you drop your kids off to every morning for school are involved in sex trafficking stings. Nasty work, man. We have to do something about it, man, because this shit is getting outrageous. It's hundreds of thousands of immigrant kids missing right now. And we all know where they at, man. Sex traffic, organ traffic, or, whatever else comes with trafficking. But we have to do something about this, man. This shit is insane and highly disgusting. And we have to vet people in these schools better, man. Wow. Well, y'all seen it like I seen it, man. I'm out.